You didn't tell Senator Graham the truth, did you?
Senator, I took an oath to tell the truth, and I have done so faithfully.
Now, on February 22nd, 2018, you spoke to the American Constitution Society, and this is what you said. The right to work movement is deeply racist. You said that, didn't you?
Senator, I do not have that speech in front of me. I have spoken on a number of occasions about
You
the
turned
history.
your notes over to us. You didn't read them before you turned them over?
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about the history. I was not speaking
Are you
about.
saying that you didn't say that?
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about
Yes,
the
ma'am.
history.
Are you saying that you didn't say that?
I have turned over all of my notes from my speeches.
I don't think you're telling the truth, Ms. Burnett. Let me ask you another question. Do you remember Mindy Sturgey?
No, sir, I do not remember.
I'm embarrassed you don't remember her. She was one of your union members. She alleged that she was the victim of sexual discrimination at one of your local unions. This is what she said. She alleged that one of the executives there asked her, quote, if she enjoyed rough sex and bondage. She said that the chapter president, Mr. Dave Regan, asked her, quote, does the carpet match the drapes? And, quote, what would you do for some jewelry? She alleged that Mr. Regan told another staffer, quote, that the only way she is getting a job is if she sucks my member of the male anatomy. Another employee said in an affidavit that Mr. Reagan, quote, went around asking women if he could sniff their panties, close quote, at an October 2017 work party. She said another executive, quote, grabbed my upper thigh while I was driving. And she wrote you and asked you to investigate. And you said no, didn't you?
Senator, I have dedicated my career to representing women and families. That has been my work.
You said no, didn't you?
Senator,
You told her that let her own chapter represent or investigate its own misconduct, didn't you?
Senator, I'm going to give you additional time, but I want the witness to be able to fully answer the question.
Senator, the letter that you are quoting from, I wrote in my capacity as counsel to my client. It was the position of my client, and I was acting as an advocate.
You refused to investigate, though, didn't you?
Senator, I believe that I have faithfully adhered to my obligations as an attorney for my client.
I don't think Ms. Sturgis would agree with you. In fact, Mr. Reagan, the chapter president, is still the president, isn't he?
I
You don't
believe
even know?
Dave Reagan is the president of one of our local union, of one of
Wow.
SEIU's local unions. Yes.
Wow. Mr. Mangy. I just want to be sure I understand your testimony, sir. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
From 2019 to 2023, you were a board member of the Center for Security, Race, and Rights at Rutgers Law School. Is that right?
I was a member of an advisory board, Senator.
Right. Most boards advise, don't they?
Well, Senator, boards of directors govern an institution. Advisory boards do not have a governance role. They merely provide counsel.
Do you know of any boards that don't offer advice?
Well, they're different in their legal function.
Okay. Y'all held an event on the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attack on America. You held an event on the 20th anniversary attack, 9/11 attack on America. And you invited as speakers. Your first speaker was Dr. Sami Al-Arian. He was convicted of conspiring to provide material support, convicted in a court, to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And the Islamic Jihad participated in the October 7th massacre and mass rape. Your second speaker was Dr. Rahab Abdulhadi, who has organized panels for the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. One terrorist, Leila Khalad. Ms. Khalad hijacked planes. You invited her as a speaker, or her mentor as a speaker. The third speaker you invited, Mr. Hatim Bazilian, was the co-founder of Students for Justice in Palestine and has publicly called for an intifada in the United States. Is this the way you celebrate 9/11? Have I said anything that was inaccurate?
Yes, Senator.
Tell me.
Senator, my involvement with the center at Rutgers Law School, which is a preeminent law school in the state of New
I
Jersey,
can tell.
is on an advisory board that, when my role was limited to providing advice on academic areas of research, primarily through a meeting held once a year. With regard to the event that you are describing, I've never heard of that event prior to today. It was never presented to the advisory board that I was part of. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about the speakers. I've never heard of any of those people.
How
So-
can you sit on an organization that would invite these terrorists, convicted terrorists, Counselor?
Senator, it is an advisory...
You didn't resign.
Senator, I never heard of that event until today. It is an advisory board where my role...
So you just had an epiphany today?
Senator, your time has expired.
May I
Would
respond?
you like to complete your answer?
Yes. I have never heard of this event prior today. It had nothing to do with my role on an advisory
But you're on the board.
Senator Klobuchar.
board.